Shalom Aleichem, everyone. I hope that all is well. A good moed. Moadim l'simcha. Continuing with the teaching of Yimach Shmo, the explanation of the Sefer Yimach Shmo, and I'd like to take a little time to explain the significance of the book and the day. The date today is Yud Ches Nisan, Chai Nisan, the 18th day of Nisan, and this is the day that I received this Sefer. I went to Israel, I went to Jerusalem, where Ariel Cohen Aloro lives, and I spent that Pesach with my family in Jerusalem. We were staying in a friend's apartment. And the reason I'm explaining this story in regards to this book is the prophetic nature of this book. This book is to be read and understood in connection with the dates and the times and the seasons of life. And in addition to explaining this book, I'm, with Hashem's help, with God's help, trying to develop a system of how to read it, because the book itself is not exactly what you would call easy reading. It's many pages of ideas that are basically just very numeric. It's just gematria after gematria, hundreds of gematrias and tables, and it may not be easy reading for people, but I have found that there is a prophetic nature of this book. This Sefer, when it came out, the day, the year it was started to be written, in relation to everything that was going on in the world at the time, and specifically the Lubavitcher Rebbe, when he said in Tafshin Mem Daled in 1984, around there, said Tehei Shnas Divrei Mashiach Tashdam, and this book was written, and I find that to be fascinating, and so I'm connecting that with my life. I received it on Chai Nisan, and I met Ariel Cohen Aloro. It was around 9 or so at night, and it was right in front of the Tachana Merkazit, the central bus station, and it was Monday night, April 22nd, which was Chai Nisan, and I met him there, and we went to his house. He lives close by. There's a very nice, quaint, historic neighborhood that's right behind very near the Tachana Merkazit, and there's some historic stuff that happened there, like with some kind of war in 1948 and the British were there. Anyway, so we spent some time at his house, and we talked a lot. We talked for a couple hours, and every year he comes out with a different, maybe not every year, but something like that, with another edition with certain of the Sefer. And 2019 was Tafshin Ayin Tes. That edition, he named it after the year, which every year he gives it a special name, like they do in Chabad. And that year, the Sefer was called Tafshin Ayin Tes, Tehei Shnas Ayin Tova. Let it be a year of a good eye. And whoever is listening to this, this far, and will think about something that has to do with an eye. And it certainly has some significance for me, but whoever is listening to this will know very well the meaning of it. And that's how I see that it was prophetic, because he named this book before it actually happened. And he also explains that the word arur, which means cursed, comes from or with an extra resh. There's double or. There's too much light. And during that, like around Rosh Hashanah that year, I remember him saying that this was going to be a leap year. That 2019 Tafshin Ayin Tes was a leap year. And he said this year is tremendous light. And sometimes if there's too much light and it can't be properly channeled, then it goes the opposite direction. I think that's what happened in that year. Something went the opposite, but it's all for the good in the end. But I just wanted to point out the prophetic nature of this book and how I see. And this is really the style of how Ariel talks. He talks about what was happening to him when the Sefer is written, and the Torahs are very much based with life. And another subtitle of that year was the Rashi Tevos of what you're looking at right now is the Tafshin Pei Beis edition, the 2022 edition, but I'm holding now the 2019 edition, and I'm looking right here. Okay. Hamadura Hamadkenet, this updated edition, Lishnas Atavshin Ayin Tes, for the year of Ayin Tes, Hayo Tehei Shnas Ayin Tova, let it be a good eye. And he also writes Yom Shofar Utrua, Zephaniah Aleph 16, Parak Aleph Pasuk 16 says Yom Yud Shin Vav, which spells Yeshu, of course. Yom Shofar Utrua, which is the day of a shofar and blowing a trua. And also, whoever is listening to this will know exactly what a shofar means. And that's actually what happened. There's this special shofar that a friend of mine wanted me to get from Jerusalem, and I had a shofar at the time, and the shofar was blown in Jerusalem, and everyone will know what that means. Which just shows, again, the prophetic nature of this book, and how it can be trusted, and how I believe it comes from special revelation from God through Ariel Cohen, and it's what I have found is my life work. What I've been called to do is take this book and make it accessible in a way that's people can understand it. And the special way that I'm developing, it's in process, but it's meant to be read according to the time, which means that if today is the 18th of Nisan, then the first approach is to go directly to page 18. And I'm reading from page 18 from the year that I got it. I received this in my hands at night on Chai Nisan, which was the Monday night, April 22nd. And I think we'll stop here for now. Thanks.